Right then, so the water heater's out. This is the cover off the front. Does it go that way? That way, yeah. Sorry, bear with me. That way, so you've got your drain at the top and a drain at the bottom. I think that's for the air in the system, to bleed the system. And you can see just there, look, that one's broke. And that one, you basically just turn them. So we undid all these screws last time, disconnected all the electrics and the water, so this whole unit just pulls straight towards you, straight out of the wall. It's back on its stand at the moment because underneath there's a little electric box. Doesn't look very clever, so I've stood it back on the stand, so that one's out. We've taken the fireplace out. Bit of a pain to get out, especially when you don't know what you're doing. So the surrounds come out as well. There's a series of screws around the top and the side of the surround and a couple around the back. Basically screw it onto this frame here and onto the base. That's the actual fire unit itself. So this bit down here goes underneath the floor. That's the baseline there. Your gas pipe connects onto that bit there. I can't remember what size it is now, but it's a little bit tough, especially if they've never been off. So once you've disconnected that, there is the exhaust pipe or the chimney pipe which goes onto there with a coupler and a rubber seal. That just needs pulling out once you've undone it, and you basically just pull it out, and then you can lift the whole unit can lift up, so you can clear this. It's a bit awkward, especially if you don't know what you're doing, but it's out now. We've got a good hole in the floor, look. So that's the hole from the water heater. We've just covered that up with a bit of duct tape just to stop the water and other bits and bobs coming through that massive hole. Not managed to get the seat frame out yet. A bit of a pain. These bolts are causing some trouble. So I broke one last time. I sheared it off. But the tops are welded to the seat frame. So I've got to grind those off, but I can't get the bloody grinder in. So I'm trying to do it with a Dremel, which is still awkward. Because this frame here goes under this panel. And you can't see it, but under the wiring down there, you just make it out. It just comes back underneath about 3 or 4 inch, so you actually can't lift the frame up to pull the bolts out of the floor because that is stuck under the panel. And I don't really want to take this out because of the electric box. It's got all the electrics in there, and I don't want to mess with something I don't have to, because believe it or not, in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, this is supposed to be taking us on holiday, and I really don't know if I'm going to be able to get it ready. You can see we've still got all the blankets and sleeping bags and everything up there, so it was in use up until we discovered that the roof wasn't working. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment, everybody. Not an awful lot of progress, but it's that seat frame that's throwing me out at the moment. And all I want to do is get the roof down so I can redo the beams on the top. That's it. That's all I want to do. But everything else has got to come out so I can get the bloody roof down. Ah, dear.